Size does matter, but it isn't everything in athletics. Just being big doesn't mean you are necessarily good. However, for this exercise, just being big will get you on this list. I'm taking a look at which athletes were volumetrically the largest across a variety of sports. Grab a donut and come chill. We're about to beef up on some knowledge. This video is going to be huge. Before I get into this, I want to thank my sponsor FanDuel for making this big ass video possible. FanDuel is absolutely the most fun way to play fantasy sports and to win real money. In fact, every Sunday there is the NFL Sunday Millions contest in which the winning entrant can win hundreds of thousands of dollars. And best of all, if you download the FanDuel app from the link below and enter in my code Touchdown87, you will get entered in for that absolutely free, a $7 value with your first deposit. FanDuel, win that cheddar today. This exercise largely lends itself to sports that feature tremendously huge athletes to begin with, such as sumo and MMA, so I think it's important that we call attention to huge people who might love bacon regardless of the sport they play. Pure tonnage isn't the only criteria for this list, but let it be known the number one athlete on this list will be the largest, most disgustingly huge person ever to receive money to be a quote-unquote athlete. Number 5, John Daly. You didn't think you'd find golf on this list, let alone it being the kickoff to the most massive athletes in history. And before you debate on me on whether golf is a sport or not, just look at the specimen that is John Daly. Somehow listed as 5'11", 250 pounds on his Wikipedia page, this beer-drinking, woman-loving, Oakley blades-wearing, large ball of entertainment goodness has reportedly at one time blown up to easily over 300 pounds. I mean, look at him. My monitor weighs 300 pounds now. The former British Open and PGA Championship winner also has a personality larger than life, manifesting itself several times on the golf course, including this awesome real-life tin cup moment, which resulted in him getting a septuple bogey. Daly has cited alcohol abuse, cocaine addiction, gambling addictions, typical athlete stuff, as contributing causes to his weight gain. However, in 2009, he had lap band surgery and is no longer the golf club sporting floating blob that you used to see out on the course. It's also amazing that he is now 50 and on the Champions Tour, still has game, and is somehow not dead from all the mileage he's put on that frame. Number 4, Aaron Gibson. When you're 6 foot 6 inches tall, you're already a large man. And when you're over 400 pounds, you're a giant. And former offensive tackle Aaron Gibson was one of the most massive men ever to play the game that pretty much features people who look like characters from Game of Thrones. Gibson played in the NFL from 1999 to 2006 and then retired from all football in 2010, having ballooned up to an incredibly unhealthy 480 pounds. Something had to change as Gibson, the heaviest player in the history of the NFL, was addicted to painkillers and had broken his own leg in 2010 from his own weight. He would also end up losing a toe, not from the effect of diabetes, but from an unlucky spider bite. Things were not going well for Gibson in 2013 as he found himself in a mental hospital after a failed attempted suicide. Deep inside Gibson, he found the will to move on, and with the encouragement and support from his wife, Gibson began losing the weight. Now a manageable 290 pounds, Gibson is healthier and has a positive outlook on life. Man, I had no idea I was going to have to do a serious segment during a video about large athletes. I'm going to have to give myself a damn, son. Number 3, CC Sabathia. Baseball has a long and storied history of giant fat men playing the sport. Former larger-than-life pitcher David Wells said it best: "I'm not an athlete, I'm a baseball player." And the heaviest pitcher of all time goes to Carson Charles CC Sabathia, who has weighed in at 290 plus pounds and allegedly at times over 300. And not only is Sabathia heavy, but he's also really freaking good, as he is still active in a 17-year MLB career that has seen him win a Cy Young and garner 6 All-Star selections. He's also an astounding 6 foot 7 inches tall, which is a lot of mass coming towards you hurling a tiny baseball. I know many of you probably wanted me to list Bartolo Colon here, who weighed in at a stout 285 pounds, so technically he is not fatter than CC, but definitely is the sexiest fat man alive by far. Number 2, Butterbean. Few athletes embrace the fact that they don't look like athletes more than a man that took a food as his moniker, and that's Eric Esch, better known as Butterbean. Once the winning entrant in a Tough Man contest in 1994, Butterbean would go on to win the WAA and IBA Super Heavyweight Championships. I like how I had to specify that it was Super Heavyweight, as if you didn't know that. What you might not know is that Butterbean topped out at 425 pounds, which is really amazing considering he is only 5'11". Butterbean possessed tremendous punching power and sports an all-time boxing win-loss record of 77 wins and 10 losses, 58 of those wins by knockout. He is also an avid kickboxer and mixed martial artist, fighting in the ring professionally in both. Of course, who could forget his memorable appearance in the movie Jackass, where him and Johnny Knoxville fought in a department store, which is pretty much what I imagine happened to any kid who teased him about his weight growing up. Before I get into the most massive athlete of all time, I have a few others I want to mention. Fridge Perry at 382 pounds, Bob Sapp, 390 pounds, Oliver Miller at 300 plus pounds, the NBA's heaviest player. Akebono Tara, 550 pounds. Emmanuel Yarborough, 616 pounds. And hockey doesn't really have a giant fat man to take the title, though it is worth noting that while he was playing a game in the LNAH, former NHLer Link Gates, after not skating a shift, left the ice during the second intermission and got a hamburger from the concession stand and ate it, earning him a suspension for the rest of the year. Hey, sometimes you're hungry, man. Number 1. Konoshiki Yasouichi, 630 pounds. You like that Japanese pronunciation attempt, did you not? I can also say chocolate chip cookie in Japanese too. Chocolate chip cookie. And speaking of fattening cookies, there has never been a larger, more massive athlete in the history of sport than 630-pound Saleva Atisano, better known as Konishiki Yasiochi, the Hawaiian-born Japanese Samoan sumo wrestler who was known as the Meat Bomb and Dump Truck during his 15-year sumo wrestling career. The name Konishiki Yasiochi was given to him as a tribute to a 19th century sumo of the same name. It's also amazing that a man this massive enjoyed a successful career at the top of the sumo world, becoming the first non-Japanese born Rikishi to reach the rank of Ozeki, the second highest rank in the sport, which apparently is a big deal in Japan, though I know you are just looking at these pictures saying to yourself, dear God, what a large man. Konishiki had a career record of 733, 498, and 95 draws, but as he got older, he began to become more susceptible to throws from a smaller, more agile opponent. Remember, I started this video off saying size isn't everything. Since his retirement, he has been active in the Japanese community and even appeared in a Fast and the Furious movie. He also had gastric bypass surgery in 2008 and has allegedly lost 150 pounds. Being a sumo wrestler in Japan definitely means something, as the women over there go nuts for these guys, and Konishiki was married to Japanese model Sumiki Shiota for a time. I mean, prop. And for those of you like me who enjoy a donut every now and then, I guess there is hope for all of us. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to download the FanDuel app from the link below and enter in my code TOUCHDOWN87 and get a free entry into the Sunday Millions contest with your first deposit. And don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe. And if you ordered a pizza before you clicked on this video, I damn sure hope that it got here by now. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this video. Size does matter, but it isn't everything in athletics. Just being big doesn't mean you are necessarily good. However, for this exercise, just being big will get you on this list. I'm taking a look at which athletes were volumetrically the largest across a variety of sports. Grab a donut and come chill. We're about to beef up on some knowledge. This video is going to be huge. Before I get into this, I want to thank my sponsor FanDuel for making this big-ass video possible. FanDuel is absolutely the most fun way to play fantasy sports and to win real money. In fact, every Sunday there is the NFL Sunday Millions contest, in which the winning entrant can win hundreds of thousands of dollars. And best of all, if you download the FanDuel app from the link below and enter in my code TOUCHDOWN87, you will get entered in for that absolutely free, a $7 value with your first deposit. FanDuel, win that cheddar